Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Young Sutton and welcome to my channel. Now today I have a fun and easy line spread that's called the Path of 7. Now it's not actually a line of 7 cards that you randomly draw and read, but it's a line of 5 cards that you randomly draw, and you place these 5 cards in between two visual aids, right? 2 pre-selected cards, one that represents your starting point and one that represents your end point. So you place a card to the left that shows where you are now, and then you place a card to the right that shows where you want to get to. And then you randomly draw 5 cards to answer a question on how to get from point A to point B, right? Okay. So in this example, we have a woman who asked, how can I manifest my dream home? And the context is that she's actually in a nice home now. She's very comfortable where she is now, but she's been wanting for years to move to a larger home that's outside of the city where she lives now. And she's been looking for many years. She wants to be close to where she is now, but like just outside of the city in the suburbs, in a larger space, right? But she cannot find what she's been looking for in her area within her price range. So at this point, she says she's frustrated. So I placed her card at the beginning of the line, and then I placed the house card to represent her dream home at the end. I then asked the cards what she needs to know in order to manifest her desired home, and I drew these 5 cards. So this is a perfect example of a narrative line that's read as a story from left to right, because obviously you want to get from here to here, so you're just going to read these cards in order, right? So take note of the first card is the closest to where you are now, right? And the final card that you drew is the closest thing to where you want to get to. All right, so the first card drawn was the star, so that represents her plan, her dream, and how it's progressing. The moon is the spotlight card, and in this context it represents how she's recognizing her progress, or how she's viewing her dream and its progress. Now followed by the coffin, it shows her gloomy and depressed perception of her gloomy her current progress, right? It also tells her to stop the way she's currently perceiving her dream, okay? Or how she's currently recognizing her plan. All right? This is telling her to stop that. All right. So, what follows the coffin tells her what to do next. After she stops this, these cards tell her what to do to get closer to this, right? So, we have the clover and the bouquet. So, the first thing I think of when I see the bouquet following the coffin is a happy ending, right? And with the clover in between, we could call this a sudden and unexpected happy ending. Like, surprise! Woohoo! Yeah, so she needs to stop worrying for sure and get happy. This is like, don't worry, get happy. Yeah, because you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Right? That's Law of Attraction 101. You got to get happy first. You have to find satisfaction where you are first. Because it's that energy, it's that emotion that emits that energy that will attract more of that energy, right? Okay. All right, so the clover also adds the idea of spontaneity and taking chances and being open to sudden opportunities. Now, on a more practical note, we could see the clover as a small amount of money, or money that's won, or unexpected money, money obtained through chance or luck, right? And the bouquet can represent an offer or an invitation, a pleasant surprise, and it's my card for gratitude and appreciation. It's also the card of cultivating something beautiful and art and decorating, right? So with the clover, I told her to broaden her scope and be willing to visit homes that she may not see as perfect, but to visualize what that home could be if she made some cosmetic changes, right? Now back to the law of attraction. I also see these cards as telling her to see herself as lucky to be in her current home and to use her creativity to make it as beautiful and appealing as possible. The current home now, right? Like plant flowers, paint the interior, but make changes on the cosmetic changes on the outside too to make it stand out from the other houses in the neighborhood. Make it as close to her dream home as possible so that she can literally feel what it's like to be in that dream home. Okay? Yeah. I'm telling you, this is how law of attraction works. Now, if she can find a way to appreciate where she is now, the universe will bring her more to appreciate. All right? More ways to feel what she's currently feeling. Yeah. So putting her energy into improving her current home will also increase its value and the chance of it selling quickly when she does find another home. Yeah, there it is. All right, so now imagine all the ways you can use this spread, right? I mean, you could place the anchor at the start to represent your 9-to-5 job and the moon at the end to represent your dream career, and then ask what steps to take to get there. You could lay your card at the start and the partner card at the end and ask what you can do to find your perfect partner. You could place the fish at the start to represent your finances, and at the end you could put like the bear for good fortune, or the anchor for reaching your goal, successful enterprise, great advantage in trade, right? That's all those traditional meanings of the anchor card. And then you could ask like how to get from, you know, your current financial state to that better state. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, this is a great spread to use to ask about, you know, like if you lay a small spread and the final card is one of those cards that leaves you asking for more information, like the stork or the coffin, or the book, or even the ways. Sometimes you're like, oh, I have to go another way, or I have to make a different decision. Okay, well, what about that? Or, you know, when the stork is the final card, it's telling you to change something, and you may not know from the cards you drew what that change is. Or the coffin is an ending, right? And you want to know what happens after the end. You could then lay this spread and take that final card from the previous spread and lay it as the starting point. Okay? And then just choose a card to place on the other end, just to represent where you want to get to. All right? All right. So an example of that would be if you asked how to get a promotion at work, say, and you drew some cards and the final card was the stork and it was telling you to change something. You could then lay the stork down as the first card and ask what changes will get you noticed, right, to get that promotion at work. And you could lay the moon as your recognition card, right, at the other end. And then draw your 5 cards to see how to get from, you know, the change that you need to make. What change is that? How do I make a change and get to that promotion, right? So that could be a whole nother spread that you're building off of the spread that you had just laid. Okay? All right, that's it for this video, my friends. Thanks for watching, as always, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, and now go play with those cards. Bye, everybody.